There you go. Okay. So this is the anatomy of an engram, right? Oops. That's not what. Oh, okay, there's the bog part. Okay, so we'll use this to represent an engram. Okay. So here is the general concept of an engram, right? So in an engram, what encompasses an engram? Well, engram needs to be fucking smaller. So to start off, right, you have three main components that need to be remembered. Can I use that? No? Okay, hold on. I love it when the dogs just yap. Goes a yapping. Hey, look at that. She's calling again. I'm gonna turn my phone over. Anyways, use this one. Okay, so there are three main components, right? To an engram, and we'll use this to represent. Needs to be probably an easy to distinguish color. Okay, so there are three things, right? Phone is going to go over here, and I'm not going to listen to it. Perfect. You have on the red, right? Okay, so you have... Wait, sorry. This is very disjointed, right? So if I get some things wrong, too fucking bad. This is my interpretation. Fuck you. And then here. Okay, so you have these things right here, right? The superego is the body, right? The superego, just like in, what do you call it? Psychology is if I remember correctly, your social presence, right? Like how you fit within a society. Speaking of Japanese, Pearl Star, Blue Circle. Start time is now. Guess we'll back out, is what you think it's a. Ego, diagram, do not steal. The ego is what you are. You are your ego. That is what drives you, right? And then around the physical body is the id field. It's like your... I'm gonna put my phone on the fucking floor. Oh, I can't hear you anymore. Oh no, you don't exist. Anyways, the id field is my super lazy, totally not stealing Evangelion AT field stuff. Here's how an engram works, right? So you have the ability to turn this the fuck down because it's too loud. We're gonna adjust this a little bit. There you go. So the ego, which will... Let's find a brush. There we go. So the ego, I swear I used to do this a lot. Ego is you. That's your soul, right? It's your personality. It's what you want to do. It's who you are. For all intents and purposes, consider it as you are chatting with me right now in the text box. That is your pure form. That is your ego, right? Your superego is the body that is crafted by the ego. You can choose to manipulate it at will, right? But typically it will have its own flair. So, every ego has its own unique representation initially. And then the id is kind of like the structure containing it, right? It's the reach of your drive. It's how far... How is this lo-fi? How the fuck was that lo-fi? Anyways, the id field is the extension of basically like what you can do. And everything is working in tandem, right? So there's a delicate balancing act where if the id field grows out of whack, right, it'll corrupt the superego, right? It'll corrupt the body and start making it take on more of a primal form, I guess. Like, that sounds really fucking edgy when I put it that way. It'll just basically turn the body into a rough amalgamation of what it needs at the time. So, say like Nat, right? If Nat were in a lesser Engram, and normally, okay, I need to climb a wall, right? Well, I'll just use my hands and feet to scale it. Or something like that. Or I'll change them to be like, whatever. If the id gets out of control and their ego isn't strong enough, kind of like how a star works, right? Where things are being like exploded out, but then they're also being drawn back in a delicate act to keep it contained. If the ego was weaker than the id field, right, what ended up happening is instead of like, okay, I need this, it would be, I need to get up there, and then the body would just explode into arms and tentacles and hands, and then it would try and scale up regardless of what the ego wanted, right? This also goes for textures and feelings and desires and stuff, right? Inversely, if the ego is too strong over the id field, the length of reach that the body has cannot go that far, because just like how a person is too trapped in their own headspace and they can't develop from that, right? That body too, in turn, will not be able to freely express itself. So it's a delicate balancing act, and the superego of the body is just the physical representation of it. Howdy, Young Gain, how you doing? So, what that means is, if, say, an Engram wanted to have the same reach as, like, I don't know, a building, physically, right? They wanted to be as big or be able to be as big or control as much flesh as a building. They would both need to get their id field and their ego to be of a greater scaling strength. And there are ways that you can do that. The most straightforward way is coalescence. It's when pieces of the ego come together and form a new ego, right? And the problem with that, or there are problems with that where the method of coalescence has different outcomes, right? So say if one engram forcefully absorbed another engram, that other engram would be overpowered and then would be basically made benign or shut down, while all the power would go to the one that ate it. Now, Nat fucking hates that. Nat will fucking hunt you down and kill you. Strip you down to the smallest engram that you can be, and then scatter everything else out. She hates that with a burning passion. Another way you can do it is if two engrams willingly agree to become one, a new engram is born that is much stronger, that has the drive and ambition of both, as long as they work in tandem. And then it becomes another balancing act of, does one's primal desire, the new engram's primal desire, mesh with the goals and ambitions of the ego? You know, and then it just becomes like this really wibbly-wobbly dance of only the truly driven and pure of desire and genuine bonded and matching egos can actually move forward. Or you could just be a fucking prick and kill fuck your way to the top. Miss Swan, what's up, Grand Salmon? So ego is keeping the super ego in a certain shape while it is just going off whatever's needed at the time. So, no. Think of it like this. The id field, right? The id is the condom, right? Right? The super ego is the sausage in the condom. And the ego is what positions and moves the condom. Or sorry, the sausage. Welcome, Clint. Plastered from birthday festivities. Wait, is it your birthday? Hold up, is it a birthday? I don't have a birthday in my calendar. What the fuck? Clint, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Clint. Happy birthday. Everyone wish Clint a very fucking happy birthday. That is fucking awesome, dude. After all these years, I finally get to tell you happy birthday. Hell yeah, go for it. Murder fucking went well for the Eldar. Yeah, it did. Kill fuck me right at the top. Yep. Oh, what you're saying is, I'm in the jar powers which each star consume. Yes, Nova. Can the ego ever... Wait, hold on. Can the ego ever... to be weak to affect the id field? Oh, be too weak to affect the id field? Well, that's what I said, right? If the ego is too weak, the id field will then start turning and kind of forcefully manipulate the body into more of like a primal reaction, right? So if the ego can't keep the id in check, then the superego will change in accordance to it. So like, say in a fight scene, right? Well, we'll say it like this, right? Say in a fight scene, two Engrams are just going at it. Like, they're throwing hands, they're cutting pieces of the body off, just really laying into each other. If one of them, if their ego is too weak or becomes weakened, right? Say that they lose heart and they just start basically evaporating spiritually. Their body then becomes an unbalanced mishmash of body parts, like the Thing, right? Where normally a punch from an arm would be a punch with an arm. Suddenly it just explodes into an amalgamation of teeth and orifices and bone shrapnel, right? And because the ego is not demanding this, it's very painful. Because the ego can't will the body to change. The body is changing without the will of the ego. Oh, why don't the ego pull the lever, please? Frankenstein is waiting. God damn it. It's like Dark Souls, like Naruto. God damn it. But yeah, so that's kind of like what an engram is. Trying to think of anything else I need to cover. Oh, okay. So, in examples of extreme, I'll say size discrepancy, right? So, say, you know, someone wanted to challenge Nat, which we'll represent with a V, right? And then, or not, we won't represent with a V, we'll represent with a G for go fuck yourself, because that's what it wants me to do. Say someone were to challenge Nat, right? There's Nat. And then there's that someone, right? Nat's id field is so fucking huge, right? You might as well just be a part of Nat. And you are a part of Nat, all intents and purposes. Now, it tapers out where, you know, the part here is infinitely stronger than, say, the part over here, right? And this is all very vague. This is just a representation. The person that's here, right, the Engram that's here, could probably approach if they had a sizable enough id field, right? Say their id field, oops. Say their id field was like, I don't know, this strong. Wrong color. This strong. Well, it would have the strength to withstand the influence of gnats, right? But if they got too close, their id field would invert, causing a horrible accident where suddenly, because the id field is inverted, the physical form, right, the superego, is turned inside out, thus stripping the engram of all forms except for their ego, which then would be quickly disassembled and returned back to the hive. And she can flex this field at will, but it can't go too far. The Kinemon. Id field causes super ego to change, and the id field is normally controlled by the ego. Yeah, it's like a push-pull kind of thing. The id even your has ties to Nat. Yes, it does. I'm curious if there are different types of Engram egos, or is it entirely individualized sort of thing? Yes. Hold on. Addy Dragon, how you doing? Anyways, so Nat is scary. Yes, actually. Is Nat bigger than... Yes, she is. So what that means is, for a reason why Nat is scary is Nat comes from a period of time when the previous Hive Ruler was running essentially like a caste system, and she was the lowest form. I'm gonna go into too much detail, but she was the lowest form, and what ended up happening is she fought her way to the top after almost being killed, and she took control because she was actually not in synchronicity with the Hive due to lore reasons. Thank you. Head pats, I appreciate it. Howdy, Gabe. Imagine going out trying to be funny, Nat, and just get fucking blasted. Can an Engram lose their id field? Or can there be a field to control... can their id field be controlled? So, kind of. Kind of. It's not so much that you lose your id field, it's just it's like how magnets have a magnetic field. It's just a natural byproduct. You can't really be something without an instinct. You know what I mean? And I would even argue even machines and AI have an instinct. So, theoretically, yes, someone like Neuro would have their own id field. At least in this situation. It's all magnets again. So... I lost my train of thought, shit. Anyways, this is way off. I'm so sorry, everyone. Challenge you to use or strip down a basic components for this post. Pretty much. There's actually an animation that I want to do that would show how it would go. And the song that I actually had picked for it was I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's I think Tenebre Sanguine Rosu, I think. Small Nat time? Okay. It's this song. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 500. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Tenebris Rosu Sangue, or however you pronounce it. It's this song. Like this song specifically, because the thing that I have in mind for it is there's a group of... I know, spoilers, fucking whatever. I don't care. I want to talk about this. Fuck you. There's a group of Engrams that are coming to challenge the throne because they believe in a more democratic system. They don't want a monarch. They approach, and then right when the music drops is when the id field drops physically on them, and half of them just get melted. So, I really want to do something with this song. Like, I think it'd be really good. Not this part. Wait for it. And then she's like laying it, and she just looks over at them, and then suddenly... Fuck, I love this song so much. Sorry, that's enough of that. Anyways... Nat is not untouchable, no. Nat can actually very easily be fought. Instincts, have you seen a rock? Naz Jojo, Gojo confirm. JJK reference. Fuck those Democratic. And I can just imagine... No, actually. That's another thing, too. Nat legitimately does not want to fight. And in the animation that I am planning for that, Nat actually is crying. Because she absolutely hates doing it. Because in her mind, she goes, why do they want to fight me? I've given them literal freedom. Why does the cycle have to try to continue? Why do we have to constantly replace the controller when you have the control, like all the control to the ability to control your destiny? Also, she loves all of her engrams because they're all unique, and she comes from a time when no one was unique. Bro, I need, what is it? It's from Ultra Kill. It's Keijin Church. Keijin Church worked with, Hakita to make a song for Ultra Kill called Tenebrae Rosu Sangue. Go check out Keijin Church, by the way. Keijin Church. Huge fucking inspiration for a lot of my stuff in my head that no one ever sees. Wait, I'll type this thing. Hold on. I can do this. I swear. There you go. That's what you get. And yes, it is in all caps. Saying PP Council. God damn it. Deliberating when I'm in charge. Well, yeah, it's like a benevolent dictator, right? It's not, I think. How many Engrams would Nat... God damn it. But yeah, Nat can be challenged. Nat can actually more or less easily be beaten. Like, it's not hard to beat Nat. It's just, it would take someone either a lot of balls, or they would have to be really fucking fast at accumulating strength. Because, like I said, you would have to, A, be able to resist the influence of her id field, right? And then B, actually be able to physically fight her. And basically force coalescence. You know what I mean? Which I have animation plans. This new computer is going to help me do that, because while I'm rendering stuff, I can actually practice things like animating fight scenes. The reason why I don't do it now while I'm rendering is because I've tried it and I blue screened and lost the data for one. I got so mad. So, this is going to help me expand. You're going to see a lot of shit coming from me. PP Council meeting. Do the gnats that are on Earth have id fields or just like remote control drone? There are no gnats on Earth. There are no Engrams on Earth except for 3. And that would be Tali, Naya, and Shaya. The 3 sisters. But yeah, so this is the end of the what an Engram is. Now we're just gonna be talking about whatever.